Also,
We're cooking. 6 o'clock, please rise for the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right.
You're doing Dave first.
First up, we're going to present a proclamation. Step on. Do this over here. Dave?
Yes.
Dave has worked at the Humane Society for 44 years. I remember Dave personally when I was a kid, and for my summers at college, I volunteered at the Humane Society. I remember Dave. So I think you've worn a lot of hats at the Humane Society, sometimes literally. I can only say that I was as excited as you were when the old facility was knocked to the ground, as it should have been. So I would like to present you with a proclamation on behalf of the Board of Trustees.
Do you want to read it?
And the Village of Menands, yes.
Oh.
Yeah. In recognition of outstanding dedication, exceptional performance, and unwavering commitment to excellence, we proudly present this proclamation to Dave Glazt. Whereas Dave Glazt, Facilities Director, has been employed by the Mohawk Hudson Humane Society since 1981, and after an incredible 44 years of service, we celebrate a true legend whose impact has shaped the very foundation of this organization. And whereas through snowstorms, leaky pipes, new buildings, scared animals, thousands of small moments in between, Dave has been on a never-ending mission to ensure the shelter remains safe, warm, and welcoming for every animal and every person who entered its doors. And whereas, although his work was often behind the scenes, it was essential, carried out with kindness, passion, and a deep love for the mission. The full number of lives he has touched may never be known, but the animals felt it, and so did every member of the community. And whereas Dave Glazt steps into a much-deserved retirement, the Village of Menands extends heartfelt appreciation for his dedication, his compassion, and decades of service, and for helping to build not just a shelter, but a home. Now, therefore, in witness thereof, we, the Village of Menands, do hereby extend our sincerest appreciation and gratitude to David Glazt for his outstanding service, dedication, and exceptional performance. Presented this day, 1st of December, 2025.
Once you get the picture with the
How about we face
we get with the board.
You want us to come down there? Or?
No, you're
Stand there?
Over,
Okay.
Nick.
Yeah, make it look taller.
Stand up, Tim.
help me, that's all.
Oh, okay.
All right, we'll do both ways. 1, 2, 3, smile. We'll get 2, 4, 3. 2, 3.
All right, thank you. Congratulations, Dave.
We're going back.
Okay.
Oh, more people, all the people.
All right, look here. 1, 2, 3, smile. Smile. Do one more. Here. 1, 2.
All right, so
Very cool, very cool.
All right, you're welcome.
congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, yes.
Have a great holidays.
You're gonna hear dogs barking in your sleep, though, I can tell you that. Thanks, Dave. All right. We need a motion to approve the minutes of the last board meeting.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Warrant number 12X, $28.50. Warrant Visa, $4,451.88. Warrant number 13, General, $88,090.23. Sewer, $24,657.80. Sewer, $8.54, totaling $112,756.57. Payroll number 13, $108,049.78.
The first one that you read, make sure my paper says $28.50, and I think you said a lot more than that. No.
No, he said
It was
28.
28.
Okay.
Yep.
I'll make a motion to accept the warrants.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Just out of curiosity, what did we get for $8.54 for sewer? Is that gas? Stamps?
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
You don't get a lot of stamps for $8.54.
Yeah. Not anymore.
all right. No worries.
Yes.
We have
Sure.
transfers.
Okay. Transfers. Does everybody have a copy of the transfer?
Consultant, $322.37. The unallocated insurance, $322.37. Holiday, $1,734.39. The court OT, $1,734.39.
John?
Everybody knows that's not the court, it's the police going to court.
Oh, okay.
I asked the same question when I saw
That was coming,
it.
so I was ready for that one.
But I have a question about it, because from what I've been told, felony is so far behind. And we don't have court anymore, so why are we already over and over time?
The murder, or not, the wasn't murder, the guy,
787.
787. Supplies. From supplies, $354.94. The uniform allowance, $354.94. Building maintenance, $360.52. The communications, $360.52. Supplies, $1,989.16. The gas and electric, $1,089.16. Pump repairs, $5,961.84. The plate and sleeve, $5,961.50, or correction, 89.4 cents.
That's it?
That's it.
Need a motion?
Motion?
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, so, up next, we have Brendan Kennedy from BST Accountants, who has been working with Mary Jane on our 23-24 audit, which was our transition year of accounting, banks, treasurer, accountant. I miss anything? Brendan, take it away.
All right. Can everyone hear me okay? I think some of us are meeting for the first time. My name is Brendan Kennedy. I'm a partner at BST & Co. CPAs, and I spend 100% of my time working with municipalities across the state, many here in the capital region. As the mayor indicated, the 24 reporting period was our first year auditing the village. It got off to a bit of a bumpy start. There was a number of items that were apparent in the prelim records sent to BST, enough where we needed to kind of call a timeout and work with the village. We had a woman named Linda Smith work fairly closely with Mary Jane to help present these records and get some reconciliations done, including cash and some of your major receivables and payables in a position where we could actually audit the records. And so that kind of articulates why we're meeting with you in December of 25 on your May 31st, 2024 audit results. There was about 25 adjusting entries posted by BST from the time that the accounting records were initially presented to us. That's pretty high for a municipality of your size. It's a fairly non-complex municipality in the sense that you have a general fund, water and sewer, And so that is quite a bit of entries for, again, a municipality your size. As a result of that, along with having to correct some prior period balances and some other challenges, we did issue an internal control, a material weakness over internal control and financial reporting as part of our gas report. That's one of our deliverables that we provided to you. So significant effort for the first year audit. A few financial observations. One of the things that the mayor had approached me about was the water and sewer re-levy process. What I'll do is I'll share my screen. Well, I don't know if I can. Nope, I can't. That's okay. So if you have the financials in front of you, in the bottom right corner, there's page number 6. That's essentially the balance sheet of the funds. And what you'll see in the liability section of the general fund is this due to other funds that has built up over time. And all of that balance is due to the water and sewer funds. And what we suspect happened is when the water and sewer charges were re-levied, they were collected in the general fund and never remitted to the water fund on a cash basis. It's been remitted in the form of this due to, due from interfund balance, but you can see there that number has grown quite a bit. When you look at your fund balance of $582,941 in your general fund, the bulk of that is restricted. So in reality, you have about $183,000 relative to your total general fund. That's kind of low when you look at your general fund expenditures as that fund balance as a percent of expenditures. So you can see that this past year alone, the village lost $276,000 in their general fund. If there's any silver lining, it's that your water and sewer funds are pretty strong financially. They both have surpluses. They both have significant fund balance accumulated. It's your general fund that you kind of got to keep an eye on. So, with all that said, we did get our audit into a position where we could express opinions. We believe the general fund, water and sewer fund are reasonably stated as it relates to the applicability of generally accepted accounting principles. So we have unmodified opinions on those 3 major funds. Trying to think of some other things that might be relevant for you. I don't know if you folks have any questions as we. Yep.
Can I jump in? So just so everyone's aware. So if somebody doesn't pay their water bill and it re-levies to their Menands tax bill, the water and sewer bill, right? It re-levies to their tax bill, and then they pay their tax bill, right? Let's say it's $200 to tax, $100 to water, and $50 to sewer. What was happening was that entire amount, when it was paid, was going as if it was all tax. So that tax money was treated as general revenue. What should have happened is when that payment came in, the 200 should go to tax, the 100 should go to water, and the 50 should go to sewer, and a fee or whatever, interest, et cetera, penalty should have gone to, the interest and penalties, et cetera, prorated to tax, water, sewer. So in discussing this,
Mayor, can I interject for 1 second?
Yeah.
That the revenue never went. The water and sewer re-levy revenue never went to the general fund, just the cash. And so what happened is the cash all went to the general fund, and then the general fund has a liability to the other funds. And so one of the things I pointed out to you when we met earlier, a month or so ago, was it's uncertain whether the general fund could even repay that balance. When you look at the May 31st, 2024 trial balance, you have some cash, but you have receivables as well. You have $587,000 in cash sitting in the general fund, and you have liabilities that exceed that. So the revenue was never improperly stated, but the cash did not make its way back to those funds.
So can you go into the 3-year look back that we discussed as a course of action? And
1 second here. So just to show you, if you can see.
Yep.
When you look at this number right here, the 625, that's all of the water and sewer re-levies that have been collected over time that never made their way back. I think it's only a couple of years, but it's sitting right here as assets in the water and sewer fund. The problem is having enough cash to repay it. So if you were to look up there, you have other assets, you have some money coming in from other governments and things of that nature that came in June and July. But it's this money right here that is owed to the water and sewer fund. And the other thing I was pointing out, one of the metrics that folks will use when analyzing the financial condition of a municipality is they'll look at this number right here. I know this is small, guys. I can try and make it a little bigger. They'll look at this unassigned number. So these are restricted assets.
183.
If you look at your unassigned as your numerator and divide it by your expenses, it comes up with a ratio. And a lot of places want to have at least 10-15% of their expenditures on hand. So that would be over 600 grand in your case. And you can see you have 183,000. That's really your spendable fund balance in the general fund. Plenty in the water, plenty in the sewer. The general fund is what's hurting it at the end of 2024. And you can see just from operations, a deficiency generated in the general fund for 2024. So something to think about here is you get into your financial planning. Obviously, the next steps is we have Linda working with Mary Jane to get all of the adjustments that we've come across as part of our audit into the books and records of the Village of Menands, and then have those records rolled forward to 2025 so that we can immediately dive into the 2025 audit and see how things are looking.
And as we've been discussing, that process should take less time and less effort.
Yeah, the audit should go a lot smoother. I mean, I definitely there's a learning curve, but I think it's just absolutely critical to make sure every single bank account is reconciled. And when I say reconciled, it's taking the bank balance less any reconciling items like outstanding checks, deposits in transit, and reconciling it to your trial balance. And so that those were some of the issues we came across when we started the audit, was just 101 bank accounts not being done properly. But the hope is certainly that the 25 audit will go a lot smoother, and we'll get you some updated financial results a little quicker than we could here.
Anything else of note you'd like to highlight for us for 23-24?
We enjoyed working with you. I'm sorry it's doom and gloom. I mean, the folks over there were kind. We enjoyed working with Mary Jane and the other team members. we received the full cooperation of everyone. Everyone was, willing to roll up their sleeves and help try and get this figured out. We think the financial picture of the village is a lot more clear right now. We got a sense of what's going where. Looking forward to knocking out 2025 and hopefully things are looking okay. But definitely some things to think about in the general fund. And consequently, I know we have quite a bit of resources built up in the water and sewer fund, just keeping an eye on those as well. So, and next time I'll be happy to come on site. I don't live too far from you guys. I can easily come on site and present for you, put together a whole presentation.
Does the board have any questions?
You want to ask about the taxes?
We'll get there second. So we'll get there secondarily. So Brendan, do we need a resolution to accept the audit in order to move forward? Is that what we need?
I don't know that you could ask Don what you've done in the past. It's probably more on your side than anything on my side.
We've done that. We do it every audit.
Okay, so before we do that, Mike, do you have a question?
Can you expound on the village lost $200 and some odd $1,000? What
Sure.
does that mean?
So every year it's not lost as in missing. It's lost as in the sense that our expenditures, the money that went out the door, exceeded the revenue that we brought in. And so our revenues are composed of a number of things: property tax, sales tax, various charges, fees, interest income, so some federal grants, some state aid. So when you tally up all those revenues, and this would be page 8 of the financials, the revenues are all the money that comes in, the expenditures, all the money that comes out. The expenditures exceeded our revenue by the 276,213.
So
You
in going back and looking,
expenses with money you didn't have.
correct, and that's where the shell game of applied balance, etc. However, the applied balance that was being used was actually owed to other areas. And so
The cash from a liquidity standpoint, the
right,
general fund borrowed cash from other funds, but there's an audit trail of it. But we borrowed money from other funds, so there's a payable to those funds. We kept track of it, but on a cash basis, we had to borrow money from other funds to pay our bills in the general fund. If that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. So if the accounts were reconciled properly, would this have been detected earlier?
I think if you had a clear picture of your assigned and unassigned fund balances, not exactly sure. It certainly wouldn't have hurt. I don't know how this kind of goes back to the accuracy of records that the board gets during the year. So if we come in at year end and we blast the financials apart with 25, 26 entries, the numbers look a lot different when we're done than what everyone had during the year. So if things were reconciled timely every month, certainly you might have seen an over appropriation of resources to the extent it existed, or a revenue shortfall, or something to kind of keep tabs on the fact that we weren't trending financially as we budgeted. So yes.
Thank you.
so we need a motion to accept the audit and findings for the year 23. One more, Mike. Then you're done.
I'm done.
All right.
Okay. Earlier you said you were making 25 to 26 entries to the financials. You're making them or the village is making them?
Well, we do our audit. We propose the entries. The entries go to the village for review and consideration, and then they get posted. So we basically go to audit a number. We come up with a different result. We explain the result to the village and the audit evidence, the audit trail, and show them the difference. And then that's what makes it into, you know, these adjustments. So they're audit adjustments. They're things we found as part of the audit. And obviously we share all that with management to make sure they agree that those records are those adjustments are proper.
Is when Brendan came and said, this is what we need to do, and Mary Jane then reviewed it and did it. In prior audits, okay, those entries were simply made. They were never discussed that we have 20 entries to do to close the books for the previous years. They were just done, and those entries were, you know, we never had a discussion about number of entries. It exceeds the normal number of entries. It would have highlighted discrepancies earlier.
So the prior accounting firm said you need to make these entries. They were made and you were never told that these entries were being made.
Not to the extent that BST has provided.
Okay.
Yeah. Is that fair, Brendan?
I won't speak to the past. I just was
Good answer.
I was pretty upfront about what I saw, you know, when we scratched the surface.
Yeah.
And you know, there is some silver lining, you know, with a clean start, and a little hand holding, you know, for this next year. I think Mary Jane will do quite well. And then, you know, the key for the mayor and the board is, you know, one of the challenges that it's not only municipalities, it's everyone, is there are some succession planning issues. And so, you know, the goal would be to leave the village in better accounting shape than when we started, you know, and I think Mary Jane shares that sentiment. And so, you know, to the extent we can tee her up for success and have the village be more self-sufficient from an accounting perspective, that's certainly our goal. You know, we don't take any pride in I gotcha. We want our clients to do well, you know, and understand the accounting concepts that go along with what's going on. It would make our life much easier too. So, you know, that's the plan for 2025 is to share the work we did in 24 with the village so that they understand some of those things that need to be done. Make sure 24 is all reconciled properly based on the audit results. Apply what we've learned in 24 to 2025 and have a smoother audit process going forward.
Okay, so we need a motion to accept the results as presented by BST for the 23-24 audit.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you, Brendan.
All right, folks, I'm gonna hop off, but Mayor.
We have one more question.
Yeah, sure.
On several of the village's utility billing statements, like T-Mobile, Verizon, National Grid, etc. They bill us for various taxes.
Okay.
We are tax exempt. So those taxes apply to those different services.
Can you send me a copy of the bill so that I can look at that?
Okay. And surely from now forward, we should explain when we set up those accounts that we are a tax exempt organization. And I think to start off on the right foot would be, I think we'll just need to note it, include that as a part of our process for creating a vendor.
Yeah, full disclosure, I am an utterly crap tax accountant. I like to think of myself as a great governmental accountant, but taxes, I can barely do my own tax return. That's just not what I do on a day-to-day basis. But we have exempt org people sitting right next to me. I mean, they're not here right now, but if you share me the bill, I can get you the right tax answer on that. How's that sound?
Thank you.
Thank you, Brendan.
Okay, guys.
Thanks.
Let me know if you need anything else. We'll talk soon.
Good night.
Have a good night.
All right, done.
I received an email from Channel 13. They have an employee that needs a handicap assigned parking spot, and they asked if we can provide them a handicap parking spot right by the side door of Channel 13. And I checked with the engineers and at the traffic with Frank Manning. It's okay to do it by resolution. We don't need a.
Do they have to provide a documentation of any kind that?
I think as long as they have a placard, right?
They're still gonna have to be placard. They get a placard from the.
I noted they also asked for the area to be painted, but considering.
It's they know it's not gonna happen until after.
Yeah, exactly.
They're just asking for one spot, and it's a spot that only people from Channel 13 park there.
A designated, yeah.
And so they're just asking if they could possibly just have one spot, and then we put up a handicap spot there for them.
Is that area of, North Pearl Street opposite side parking? Is there gonna need to be handicap on both sides?
It's there on that street. It's
Wide enough?
it is wide enough, but there's parking on both sides of it. There's certain spots if you get down there.
I've read the thing. It's this many feet from the stop sign. It's this many.
That was
Yes.
the engineer that did that. It wasn't
Yes,
me.
well, that's how you write traffic code,
Yeah.
but yeah.
But they this spot where it is currently
It generally takes two signs though. I think you have to say no parking, except handicap point here.
whatever.
Right, there has to be one
Yeah.
arrow this way,
Yeah.
an arrow
We'll
this
make
way.
we can do that very easily, but I just need permission to do it. Not me to do it personally, but to make it happen.
Yes, no reason why it can't be done.
Need a vote?
I need.
I'll make a motion to approve a handicap spot at 715 North Pearl Street.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Huh?
The access system.
Sure.
We have an access system that it's in all the it's in this building and next door. What we're proposing is to put an access system at the main water plant, so we know, and we're also we have used cameras. We're gonna put a camera there in front of the building because we don't have any cameras in that area. We're gonna put one there and in the record room for accountability.
This is just like the one for getting into the
Yeah, you
village
just can't
hall.
sit the fob and.
Yeah.
That way there'll be, a
But-
record of who goes where, when, and it's a digital record, and with the cameras, it's especially the water plant one, we'll have to break it down so that the water plant one comes out of water money, and then the records room comes out of general buildings department money. There's a server there already.
There's a server and everything's there. The only thing we need is, because the records room gets its internet through a wireless, there's an access point in the water department, but it's not strong enough to do the key system. So he has to put an antenna up, a special antenna up there, and that's why it's a little bit more than the one for the other one.
So the total proposal is what? 25, 20, 25, 25. And there's
25.
no tax on it.
Is this this is a one time, right?
Yeah.
Okay, not an annual.
Because it'll go right into the system that Ryan takes care of and Dave has access to it, so awesome.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we accept the adding the door access control to the record room and main pump station at a cost of $2,525.
So we said part of this is gonna go to water.
Correct.
Do you know how much of this? is gonna go
It's
to water?
50/50 because it's one,
No, Don said one of them needs extra antenna.
Well,
so
the
that one
antennas,
would be-
the antennas for both buildings, so don't go from one, but.
we'll just divide it by
Divide it
two.
in half and
Yeah.
make it easier. Whatever.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Mayor's report.
Mayor's report. Okay.
What do you say, don't they get their word down here?
A couple things. So the holiday train was a fun success. for the last 10, 15, 20 minutes. Rain came, but we raised, I think, $3,900. Oh, was that on your thing? Oh.
You've got it right in front of you.
Sorry, I'm just going through all my, but
I
anyway,
told you.
all right.
So
Don,
while
you,
we're talking about that, on my side of the train, it was a little bit of a disaster. I don't know where we lost communication with the police department. The road did not close at 3 o'clock. People parked on the road and then residents came home and were mad because other people parked in the road where they normally park. We never advertised that you weren't going to be able to access the road at any point. But 3 people contacted me that they showed up at like 5:15, had a permit,
Mhm.
and were not able to access the road.
I took
Yes.
care of that day. I got the complaint.
I got 3.
I got, well, probably the same 3
So
people.
we just gotta figure, there's gotta be, I don't know if we have to have like a meeting the day before, but we gotta like figure out a way that everybody has the same communication.
It needs to, if they're coming again next year, it needs to start sooner.
We can't control.
No, yeah.
The
they-
train comes. with
No,
time.
I mean, the communication
Communication,
needs
yeah.
to start sooner. If we
We
know
had a-
they're stopping
I don't
here.
know where the breakdown was, but just
Oh,
for
yeah.
the record, it was all written out.
No, I saw the letter, I saw everything, but
Yeah.
somewhere we lost translation.
We will, Brian and I will take it up with the chief tomorrow.
And
or
the
maybe
other
Wednesday.
piece of it was, I loved that it was a Facebook event, right? So you could share it, you could invite people to it. But I think we also needed to post it on the actual page. Like I shared the map like day of on my page and people were like, where'd you get that? Like once they went in and said, oh, I'm coming, they don't necessarily like go back and look. So just like those little things kind of,
Yeah, until
the other
Molly
thing
shared the
was-
map, I never saw it.
people wanted to know, and I didn't actually know the answer to this. Shuttles to get back, was that a thing?
Yeah.
And so were they just like, I didn't really know. I was like,
We had a school bus and we had Shaker Oaks bus and they went back and they went.
just consistently, even while the train was happening.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because I said, well, it would be where you got off. So, but
Yeah, that.
otherwise, it was great. I think we got way luckier than Mechanicville. I know people that went to Mechanicville and got poured on the entire time. So,
how was the crowd there? Was
it was a lot.
it a lot?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they got a lot.
Skips it over, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But they don't have like the where it stops. They don't have like the culverts and things that we do. Like
Right.
they have more
It's
road and things,
completely open
so
there,
people can stand more spread
right.
apart.
Yeah.
Mr. Stewart has his hand up.
Mike,
I was gonna wait, but since you're talking about it now, it's extremely frustrating that we were here a couple weeks ago talking about parking. And we said to you guys, 99% of the time there's a problem up there, it's during a village event. I have photos, 23 is where I stopped counting, illegally parked cars on Villa.
Mhm.
You could barely fit a bicycle down there, let alone a fire truck.
Yes.
I could barely get in my driveway on North Lines, illegally parked cars. So it just goes back to the meeting a couple weeks ago when we said enforcement, especially during village events,
so
is problem numero uno. Zero enforcement.
So I did discuss that with the chief and we had literally everyone that we had available for resources doing all of the things. Who are we going to call to tow 50 cars?
Well, I could probably have solved it in like
I'll give you an easier answer. An easier answer would be to shut down Brookside as well, shut down.
No, we did
Villa.
last year, or was that 2 years ago? Everybody had to have a permit.
We never did it. Brookside.
We didn't do
Brookside
Brookside.
was always-
I think.
Villa was
So,
the
but the
same.
problem with that is
Yeah.
then where do handicap people go? There's nowhere for them to go. So
well, it
it's,
wasn't handicap only either.
I get it. But if we had, for instance, shut down Menands Road way earlier, where, all those spaces, for instance, nobody was at the church. Nobody was in the Gansler Smith Park parking lot.
Because
So-
it closed down Villa
road got
North Lines
closed,
at 3 o'clock.
So do we let people up to allow those handicapped to get up there, or do we shut it down early to prevent, so it's a balancing of all of that. But yeah, to your point about Villa, we should have posted extra no parking signs on the entire
It's not posting the signs, it's
east
enforcement.
side.
If they take
Again,
2 police officers.
If
and
you,
put
if
one
you
on
know of a
Villa,
tow company that could bring
it's
50
not
trucks.
towing, Brian. If you put 1 police officer on Villa.
Well, if we had it on
one
Brookside,
On North Lyons,
an officer
and
on
they
Brookside.
stood there and said, move your car or we're gonna tow it or ticket you, I don't think too many people would have parked there. So you could have solved it easily by just allocating 2 people. That's all we needed. But my point and a lot of my neighbors' frustrations is, you pass a law for parking, that impacts me 365 days a year. We told you 99% of the time the problem is during these specific events and there's no enforcement. But 2 weeks after that meeting, an event happens, the situation presents itself, and the village did nothing about it. And it's like, okay, so we're going to be inconvenienced because you want to change these laws. But the time where time and time again it has proven to be an issue, it's allowed to be because it's something the village is doing.
Well, the scope of the event for the holiday train is far and away one of the larger things that the village puts on. And it's not just during events like this that it's an issue. I mean, we've shared photos of people blocking both sides of Villa, of Lions during trash days. So it's not just that. And when it's a onesie twosie who's parking illegally, an officer has the time and the resources to write a ticket or 2. During an event like this, yes, there should have been very clear instructions as to where parking is allowed and where it's not. And that's how we change what we do for next year.
Brian, there are 20 signs on the
There's
side
signs
of
on the
Villa
side
that
of
says
no
no
parking.
parking this side on every pole.
You could have.
And you just said nobody was parked at the park.
So,
It's an enforcement issue. Okay.
Okay.
Until you're willing to enforce it, you can put signs up till you're blue in the face. People are going to do it. And then when the situation presents itself, and if there'd been a fire call or an EMS call on the north side of North Lyons or anywhere on Villa, you guys would have been in a world of hurt by that person. Because they would not have been able to get any help.
noted. Thanks, Mike. We had a successful tree lighting. How many trees total were?
33.
33?
33 or 34.
It's really pretty at night. Please go take a look. As I think many people have heard, the Mailworks deal for the bowling alley fell through. Turned out there were just too many problems with the bowling alley for them to proceed. And we are already working with them on an alternate solution, hopefully here in the village again. So keep your ears open on that one. We are still working with the bowling alley owner to address some of the maintenance issues that are going on there. The leaf machine will be shutting down on Friday, December 12th. We have to convert the trucks to salters, so everyone is forewarned that we will not be vacuuming leaves after 12. The newest edition of the Menands Monthly is out. It should have arrived today.
There will be no recycling pickup.
There was no recycling on Christmas. Thank you.
I wasn't the only one that looked at that stuff.
Let's see. I participated in a affordability roundtable with Senators Ashby, Steck, and Tedisco at Hudson Valley. We talked about how to make and keep taxes affordable. Very exciting. One of the things that we talked about was state investment in infrastructure, consistent investment in infrastructure, so that it's not these holy crap moments where,
Pipes aren't falling apart.
exactly. So
Planned ahead.
that was something that, in addition, I discussed the complication of the process. We're getting grant funding and the enormous task that it takes to get an application, no matter how dire, approved by the state. I'm sure people have heard that Regeneron is planning a $2 billion investment in their site that they purchased from Quad Graphics up in Half Moon. Regeneron is still committed to their site here in Menands and will still proceed with renovating and expanding some different roles than they initially had anticipated. There will not be manufacturing, and so that's going to be in Half Moon. This weekend on Saturday is the Dancing in the Woods event at the train shed of the Riverview Center for benefit of Albany Medical Children's Hospital, I believe, and the Albany Med Health System. So it will be very busy down there during Saturday. I don't want to steal any more of your stuff. I believe that is it. Sheila?
Yeah.
Yep, go ahead. So anyway, hold on. You can do that
I'll
next.
do that in mine.
Okay. That's all I have. Lisa?
Well, that concert I mentioned at the library tomorrow isn't happening because the library is already closing for tomorrow. So I don't know what weather gods they know, because I sent my staff a thing about what the plan is. And I wasn't planning to say that I'm closing my library tomorrow, but Menands library is closed tomorrow. Because of the weather. That's it.
Thank
Because
you.
Brian keeps telling you might as well be the building department liaison for all the news I get.
What? Oh, okay. Did I steal something?
No, because I
No.
didn't know.
Oh.
So yeah, there you go.
Nick?
Yes, earlier this morning when I left the village of Menands, there was a Menands cop car parked out front of Detroit exit going northbound around 9:30, and when I returned around 1:30, it was still sitting there. So I don't know what kind of tactic St. Louis is using, but I don't think placing a cop car there for 4 hours straight is the best use of our resources during the day.
So can you send me an email with the times?
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Been receiving emails from Kevin. He's continuing to collect photographs and information on the Indian River area and the old Breaker Island, and he's accumulating some very interesting stuff. And he very much he expressed his appreciation for the new office space, and thanks to the village for that. He feels that that's a great step for helpful to him and what he's
The
doing.
new computer should be here by the end of the week. It was actually gonna come tomorrow, but that's not gonna happen.
Oh.
Never know.
Yeah.
Amazon delivers no matter what. If only the mail.
No, John.
Oh, whatever. Okay. Anything else? Nope. Okay, thanks. Molly?
Reminder, if you've RSVP'd, the senior holiday party is Thursday.
Thursday.
School Friday is picture retake day and also parent night out. So from 5 to 7:30, you drop your kid off, go do some errands. Board of Education meeting on Monday. Just a couple highlights. The soccer club went undefeated this season for Menands, so that was a big thing for them. And then the cross country finished with a great season with many personal bests. We talked about the holiday train. During the holiday train, I hope you all experienced the firework again that went off.
Anybody get an
Our
address?
nightly, huh?
An address? Anybody get an address?
Stark was standing right there with me, and we.
I
talked
said it
about
wasn't. I
and-
told my family I don't think that's part of the show.
Nope.
No,
It was perfect timing. We gotta give him
Yeah,
credit.
yeah, sure.
Well, they're saving them
Just
for.
enough to get my dog to go
yeah.
wild. The sidewalk in front of my house. I ate it the other day when it was barely even cold enough for it to be icy. Just on that one spot. They got to do something, or you're gonna see me out there with like a hand sander or something, like jackhammer. I'm gonna just jackhammer the whole
Mango
thing up,
grinder.
like.
We,
Um,
I signed a thing, I'll call him tomorrow, because I signed a thing to
come and do it.
to come and
Yeah.
do it.
And then any update from the railroad about the flooding on,
I called, emailed.
And it was not our local rep that was.
was here?
No,
Okay.
no.
I'll try again.
I just worry, I'm
Andy?
like, we're gonna start getting snow and it'll melt and we'll be, and the neighbors across the street, I didn't catch them this time, but again, dumping the grease in, so whatever we sent or whatever, if
You
we
saw it
did,
again?
they don't care.
All right.
Hold on, wait, what's going on?
They're dumping grease into the sewer drain in the road
Is that the same neighbors who just throw their garbage away without garbage bags as well? Yeah.
and they're recycling.
What we're gonna do,
Before the,
So that's a ticket.
before January, we're gonna start,
we're just gonna call DEC.
Don't pick up their garbage.
I mean,
and we're
I
gonna
sent the
start,
video.
Yeah,
I
we have that
the
within our
video.
code as well, though.
we don't have a fine structure, which we will have hopefully by January. A new fine,
So
fines,
if we
like a
have
fine
DEC, we'll
structure.
find them.
DEC will fine them like
Well, that's
thousands of
Maybe
dollars.
the
so.
grease in the sewer, but for the
It's named the-
garbage not being.
Well, that's true,
restricted.
but that, again, that would, if we had a fine structure to issue a trash ticket, that'd be like a $50, $100, whatever,
Every time.
every
week,
time,
'cause they
every
don't-
time,
They don't use.
every
garbage
time,
bags. Yeah.
correct.
Okay.
What was the name of the company? Precision Sidewalks? Was that?
Yeah, I got it. It's
All
been on
right,
my.
okay. Sorry, Mom.
Huh? Across the street. Sean's old house.
Oh, yeah?
Nope, that's
Okay,
it.
thank you. Don,
Can I go now?
All right.
Since you took all my-
sorry,
You know, you do that every time.
I know, I'm so excited.
For the holiday train was a success. We collected nearly $1,000 cash that we gave this Sacred Heart Food Pantry. We filled up a complete trailer with, food. Half of the food went to Menands School's food pantry and the other half went to Sacred Heart. I want to thank DPW because you guys went above and beyond. They went through everything. There's a lot of stuff when it rained. They went, the stuff there's a couple things that got destroyed that they took care of before we went down there. But, it was a success. Everybody was extremely happy. School was delighted. They filled up the cart and they just kept going. Sheila Hyatt has retired effective as of yesterday. So we're gonna be changing. So Jason's gonna be taking over some of her responsibilities with the,
Don's already working on a proclamation for her
yeah. I had it all done, then everybody else wants to make some changes and add some stuff.
yeah,
So-
so,
well, next meeting, I'm gonna have her come in and with her family, give her a proclamation.
I'll circulate that
I was gonna
before,
say that.
yeah, I'll circulate that before, meeting.
That's all I got.
Mary Jane, I think you had your exciting thing today. Okay. Public comment. Bill.
Couple of things. I recently donated some plastic containers to the Menands Fire Department free of charge,
Thank you.
just like I do with the Public Works. Now, I would like to thank the village Public Works guys in items number 1, 2, 3, 8, and 14 for all the projects that they do that get and repairs that they get done. They do an excellent job. I wish there were more Public Works guys in other local communities could do the same. Now, number 12. Now, in middle of October 2025, I swept up the cobwebs of the white twin doors and frames to the lobby of the Menands Police Station at 250 Broadway building. Plus, I swept up the leaves in and outside the Menands Police Lobby Station. And in fact, I picked up some of the leaves in the police lobby station this morning, free of charge.
Thanks, Bill.
You're welcome. Now, one more thing, Molly, I'd like to thank you and your family for sending me a birthday card. You know, I appreciate it much. I'm done speaking for today. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Bill.
Well,
Mike.
Sitting here listening to the financial reports, there's something that crossed my mind. I believe the procurement policy for the village is the department heads get up to $2,500 to spend without approval.
I believe it's,
That's what we had to do.
Okay.
say it again.
If that's what it is, because we changed it like the organizational meeting.
Yes. And DPW is 5. Right, 5 or 10.
I think it's 5 for public works projects and capital projects.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on it is, if it's a road project, it's 30,000.
Okay, all right.
So
My point is,
Yeah.
fire department's here quite often throughout the year asking for this. I don't see a lot of other department heads in here asking for stuff. I don't see it on the board agenda very often. Internal controls is something, if we're overspending, we need to tighten up on. And I know what the fire department budget is. I'll say it's not that much, but relatively speaking, I don't see how everybody's spending less than $2,500 and never needs to appear before the board for all of their expenditures. Just an observation.
Thanks, Mike. Okay. Anyone else? Mark,
Mayor, did you declare a snow emergency or are you just asking people not to park?
at this time, we just ask people not to
Well, I
park,
appreciate
to
either
clear,
way.
to clear,
Thank
you know, every time I declare a snow emergency, it sputters out. And so basically
No, I know.
tomorrow, if by noon, it looks like we're gonna get 4 inches or
Of
more,
course.
we'll probably declare a snow
appreciate
emergency.
it
Okay,
either
yeah,
way.
yeah. So, and, there was one question about the construction vehicles. They are exempt from requirements for the snow emergency.
I think they're, because when I went by earlier, they were all in the.
So if
there
somebody
wasn't anything in the road.
Parks an excavator on, you know what I mean, like they're not moving that simply because, and they are also exempt
You
from
might not, but other people think they should.
Well, it's a pretty big project.
others. They're exempt from the alternate street parking, you know, it's,
I know a lot of
if,
people don't.
so,
We're all inconvenienced. I got a porta
Right.
potty on my side lawn.
yeah.
So now my house has 2.5 baths.
You can,
But that's part, you know what I mean?
hey, you can hit it after your,
All benefit.
after your hot tub rendezvous, so, okay. Yeah, Mike,
Can you get a copy of the financial report that was discussed tonight?
the 23-24 audit.
It's on the
Yeah.
website.
It'll be on the website and it'll be marked, I believe it will be marked final.
Okay. The one that's up is in
You know,
there.
there's a listing of the adjusting entries included in that, or is it just?
That I don't know.
No, I didn't see that. It mentioned it, but it just doesn't list them out.
You have them though. Okay. See what I can do.
For a dollar. For a dollar.
Yeah, I mean, it's not confidential, is it? So you want to come take a look, come take a look. Very few people can understand what the hell they are, so.
If you want, I'll print out a copy of it.
It's on the website already. It's not for
No, the adjustments.
the whole 30-page report.
No, the adjusting entries.
You gotta be a real.
I'm gonna have you do it, then I'll give the mic. I'll take credit for it, for saying it, you know?
Anyone else? We need a motion to adjourn.
Motion?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Yes,
I would just declare emergency anyway. 'cause
I know, well,
They said we may get from 5 to 6 to 8 inches of snow between now and the end of the tomorrow.
well, we'll see. Don will call me at 2 a.m.
I hear complaints about people parking when we had the holiday train.
Yeah, I know. It was,
See y'all.